Managing email from your iPad can be super overwhelming and frustrating. But with iPadOS 18, Apple's made it easier than ever. Want to learn how to use the best features and functions? Stick around. I got you covered. I'm Dylan Stewart, the MacWhisperer, and in today's video we're going to learn how to email efficiently from the iPad. I'm going to share some of the best tools, features, and tricks that I use to keep emailing simple and straightforward. Make sure you stick around for my MacWhisperer power tip where I reveal the single easiest way to sign a document right from your iPad. No printer or scanner required. Trust me, this one's big. Let's hop on over to the iPad and get started. To start with, in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see this button here that opens up your sidebar. The sidebar is where you'll find all of your separate email accounts and any folders connected to those email accounts. But the problem is it can be really convoluted and you find yourself scrolling up and down all the time to try to get to a particular folder or a particular section of email. But you don't need to, because at the very, very top is something called the Favorites section. And the Favorites section is fully customizable. All you have to do is click the Edit button to make the Favorites section perfect for you. When you click the Edit button, you'll get the option to turn on or off any accounts that you frequently access. There are several tools that we're going to talk about today that you should turn on right from here. They include the VIP section, the Flags section, the Follow-up, Send Later, and Remind Me sections. If you scroll down to the very bottom of the Favorites section, you'll see this option here called Add Mailbox. This makes it easy to take any email folder that you're frequently accessing and add it up to the Favorites section so it shows up at the top of the sidebar instead of you having to scroll. Simply click the Add Mailbox button, locate the account that the folder is a part of, find the folder, and click on it. In the upper right-hand corner, click where it says Done, and that folder will be added to your Favorites section. You can reorganize any of the items on the Favorites section by pressing and holding on the three lines on the right side and moving the section you want up or down until things are customized perfectly for you. When you're done, click the Done button at the top, and you'll see your new Favorites section with all of the tools and folders that you've added. Once you click on your desired inbox, you're going to find the contents of that inbox show up in the mail list here. There's a lot of tools within the mail list, and we're going to go through them one at a time. First off, up at the top, we've got a search box. Clicking in that search box can allow you to type in any search for any email you're looking for. Pay attention to whether you're searching in all mailboxes or just in the current mailbox that you're in. You'll see a couple of top hits, and then down below you'll see multiple suggestions. Pay attention to the suggestions because they can help you refine your search. If you look a little farther down, you're going to find these brand new categories. As of iPadOS 18 and iOS 18, Apple is now categorizing your mail right within the Mail app, and we'll talk about how to manage that in just a few minutes. Scrolling down on the list, if you click on any of the emails in the list, you'll see the content of that email on the right side. We'll talk more about that in a moment. You can also swipe on any email from the left side to mark it as unread or to set a reminder, or from the right side in order to trash it, flag it, or get additional tools under the More button. We'll talk more about some of the options for swiping in a few minutes. You can also press and hold on any message in order to pull up additional options. And on top of all of those choices, in the bottom right corner, I want you to pay attention to this little reply arrow. It's not just for replying. It's got a ton of tools hidden underneath it, and it shows up all over the Mail app in that lower right-hand corner. When we click on it, we'll see tools like replying, reply all, and forwarding, but also tools like setting a reminder, creating a flag, marking as unread, or even the ability to print from your iPad. More on that in a few moments. In the bottom left-hand corner, you'll find the Filter button right here. Tapping on it will show you just your unread messages, but you can change the filter by clicking here where it says Filtered by Unread and choosing other options like filtering by flags, filtering by VIPs, or filtering by attachments. Be careful not to leave the filter on all the time or you'll be missing a ton of messages. When it's blue like this, it's turned on. When it's white like that, it's not. To the right of that, we've got this icon here, which can allow you to open multiple windows for your email. This can be really helpful and efficient because you might be working on several emails at the same time, and you don't want to have to close them and reopen them regularly. It's easy to add something into a new window by pressing and holding on the message and choosing Open in New Window here. That'll open that up in its own screen. Clicking away from that screen will close that window, but down at the bottom you'll see that that window is now accessible. So if I wanted to, I could find multiple emails like this and open them into new windows like this, and then from this bar at the bottom I could switch from one email into the next one and back to my inbox without having to make myself crazy. Using these multiple windows is one of the most effective ways to multitask within your email. And you can also create a new window by clicking the New Window button here, which will open up your inbox, allowing you to navigate to any section you want. We'll go to All Sent, and then that will be another window that's open. So now I can switch between All Sent and the inboxes, or either of the messages that I've started working with. This allows me to truly multitask on the iPad with email, which is a critical functionality. But be careful to not have too many windows open down at the bottom or it gets overwhelming. When you're ready to close a window, tap on it and then click the three dots in the middle of your screen and choose where it says Close. That will close that window, but leave the other ones open, allowing you to move between the windows you want and close them easily. When you're clicked on an email, the right side of the screen shows the details of that email. Up across the top, we've got several tools on our toolbar. They include the Reply button, Reply All, Forward, Delete, and File. And we've got the three dots. Clicking on the three dots can allow you to recategorize a sender, which we'll discuss in a moment, or customize the toolbar. For the purpose of this video and to make it easier to access the tools we're talking about, let's click the Customize Toolbar option. Here we've got several tools that we can add to our toolbar. I'd like you to add the flag, the Categorize Sender button, and the Later button right there, and then click Done. Now we've got brand new tools that we'll start using in just a few moments. If you click on the address for the person that sent the email, you'll get their full address written out, and tapping on it again will allow you to add them to your address book, block them, share their message, or add them to the VIPs section, which we'll discuss in a moment. You can press Reply, Reply All, or Forward to take the email you've got selected and reply to it. From here, you can type in your message and click the Send button. The Send button is the blue arrow that we see in the upper right-hand corner. There's a setting we'll talk about in a few moments that can allow you to have a 10 to 30-second delay before emails go out. But if you'd like to schedule this email to go out at a later point, press and hold on that blue arrow to see all sorts of new tools. You can click Send Now, you can send it tonight, or if you click the Send Later button here, you can choose any day or time in the future for this email to go out. That makes it so simple to schedule an email at a specific time. But sometimes you're just not ready to send that email. You want to save it as a draft for later. And the easiest way to save something as a draft is to click the Cancel button in the upper left-hand corner and choose where it says Save Draft, just like that. But one of the problems with saving drafts is that people don't generally know how to find their drafts. Sure, I can open up my sidebar and go into the All Drafts section and see them all here, but that's a little convoluted. There's an easier way to do it by simply pressing and holding on the New Message icon right here. When you do that, it will open all of your drafts, allowing you to click on any one of them to pick up from where you left off. If you don't click Cancel but just click away from this message, it will join the other messages in the open windows and you can come back to access it from there. Now, when you're ready to create a new message, you're just going to click the New Message icon right here, which is going to open up this window. Here you can address your message. When you type the first couple of letters in, it's going to automatically show you anything that matches that search. You can also click the plus button on the right side here to open up your address book and select anyone from your address book, or even come into your list section to send this email to multiple people at the same time. If you've already created groups, you can type in the name of that group, like Family, and have it autofill all of that information right here for you easily and simply. Down below that, you can click where it says CC BCC in order to carbon copy or blind carbon copy anyone you like. You can also tap on the From section to send that email from any of your other accounts. Then you can come down into the subject field right here and type in your subject. Remember, emails without a subject line are usually categorized as junk or spam by your recipient, so you should always put something in the subject line. Then you can come right down here and type up the body of your email. Pay attention to this bar down at the bottom. I'm currently using an external keyboard. If you were using the actual iPad keyboard, you'd see these tools showing up at the top of the keyboard here. But for me, since I'm on an external keyboard, it shows up on this overlay. On the left side, we've got the formatting tool. That will allow you to choose the font, the style, the size, the color, and even increase or decrease your quote level right from this button here. To the right of that, we've got the Apple Intelligence tools. Clicking on this can allow you to compose an email, rewrite an email, or proofread an email. All of the Apple Intelligence features require iPad OS 18 and a compatible iPad. But if you've got Apple Intelligence, this is a great way to write an email or proofread it. And on the right side of this bar, we've got the paperclip icon. That can allow you to take a photo or a video, grab a photo or a video from your photo library, scan a document, scan text, or attach a file. When you click on the Attach File functionality, it opens up the Files app, allowing you to grab any document from your desktop, your documents, your Dropbox, your Google Drive, or any cloud storage solution you've connected to your iPad. When you click on any one of these attachments, it will put that attachment into the email. And lastly, on the far right side, we've got the markup tool. Clicking on that pen icon will open up the ability for you to draw or write directly onto the screen using your finger or your Apple Pencil. This is a great way to really customize an email in a way that you can't actually do from the iPhone or from the computer. Using your Apple Pencil, you can write any message in or draw any picture that you like. And then when you're complete, click the Done button in the upper right-hand corner and click where it says Insert Drawing. That will take your drawing and put it into this email, making it even more personal than ever before. Now, when you're ready, click that Send button and that email will go out immediately. Now let's talk about the categorization feature of iPadOS 18. Apple has just recently added this functionality in, and it's done in a very smart and simple way. Your email is separated into 4 separate categories. It starts with the primary category. The primary category is people that you're in regular communication with. If you scroll through the primary section, you're going to find emails that have icons like this on the right side. That icon means that this email belongs in a different category, but is time sensitive. So the primary section shows all of your conversations as well as any time-sensitive emails from the other categories. We can go to the next category by clicking to the right. This is the transactions category, and here you'll find emails about purchases, receipts, orders, or anything that has to do with money. Moving one over to the right, you get into the updates section. The updates section is for news, social media, and certain businesses that are giving you regular newsletters or marketing updates. And to the far right side, we've got the promotions category. This is where most of the junk ends up. This is for marketing emails, for sales emails, for newsletters and other things from companies that you aren't working with on a regular basis. In other words, most of your junk. If you need to see all of your emails at one time without the categories, it's easy to temporarily do that by tapping on whatever the active category is. Right now we're in the promotions category, so if I tap right on top of it, I'll get right into All Mail. In the All Mail section, none of the categories are active and all of your messages show up in one long list right here. Now, a lot of people either don't like, are frustrated, or are confused by these categories. They find that they're missing emails and they'd rather have it go back to the way it was before. Unfortunately, that's very easy to do by clicking the 3 dots right here and changing it from the Categories option to the List view. That turns off the categories and takes it back to the way it used to be. But before you do that, let's talk about why I like the categories. You see, I'm a big fan of having an inbox with as few messages as possible. Some people keep things in their inbox for years and years and years. Take a look right now. How many messages do you have in all of your inboxes? If it's more than 10,000, you're making it very hard to find current emails because you're having to look through all of the old emails and all of the junk. For me, I try to keep it under 100 messages whenever possible. And one of the tools that I use to do that is the categories. By coming over to the promotions category, I can get rid of a lot of junk at one time. I can swipe from the right side to the left side to just delete a message. And my favorite part about categories is if a specific sender has sent me multiple promotion emails at the same time, I can delete all of them at once instead of one at a time. In this case, where we have this James Wedmore email, if I swipe on it, you'll see that there's actually 2 messages bundled up here. So by simply swiping, I'm getting to remove 2 messages at the same time rather than having to do it one at a time. Let's do that again for Billie Jean here. Quick swipe, and those 2 messages are deleted. By using categories, I can carve through my email much faster and delete the junk quicker. But one of the biggest problems people have with the categories is that sometimes it miscategorizes particular senders. Fortunately, it's easy to fix that. Let's hop over to the transactions category right here, and you'll notice this email from Casey Williams, my bookkeeper. It shouldn't be in the transactions section, it should be in the primary section because I communicate with her all the time. Simply clicking on that message, I can recategorize it by using our toolbar up at the top and clicking the Categorize Sender button. This can allow me to change her from transactions to primary, just like that. And from now on, she'll show up in my primary section anytime she sends me an email. So if you're frustrated with categories because you don't think they're accurate, take a little bit of time and clean up the specific senders so that things end up in the right category, and you'll find it's much easier to focus on your primary email, to check out the purchases, receipts, and orders, to catch up on your social media or news updates, and to look at all of the promotional email that showed up. But if you don't like it, you can just turn it off. Now that we've talked about the categories, let's talk about some of the other powerful tools that exist inside of Mac Mail. And to do that, I'm going to open up the sidebar. Over here, you're going to find a section called VIPs. VIPs are an easy way to categorize specific senders as more important than others. If you click on the little I to the right of VIPs, it'll show you all of the people that you've set as a VIP. You can add someone new by clicking the Add VIP button here and choosing them from your address book. Or you can remove someone by clicking the Edit button and clicking the little minus button to the left of their name and clicking Delete. It doesn't delete any of their emails, it just removes them from the VIP section. The VIP section is very useful for multiple reasons. Most notably, if I come into the VIP section right here on the sidebar, it will show only the messages from the VIPs. But you can also customize specific alerts for VIPs, meaning that you can be notified in a different way by a VIP. For many of us, we're getting so many emails on such a regular basis that it's easy to overlook something from our wife or our accountant. By setting them up as a VIP and coming into the VIP alerts section here, you can choose all sorts of special settings so you never miss that email. You can add someone as a VIP by clicking on the little I here and choosing where it says Add VIP at the bottom. But you can also do it from your inbox. If I come into a specific message by someone like Casey right here, I can then click on their address up at the top here, and from the pop-up list, I can add them to the VIP list. This will make sure I never miss any messages from Casey moving forward. Now let's talk about some of the other powerful tools. Let's go back to our sidebar, and right underneath the VIPs, we've got something called Flagged. Flagging an email is super helpful for multiple reasons. First of all, flags follow emails. So if it's in your inbox and you flag it and then you move it into another folder, you can easily find it. And you can create multiple different colors for your flags. If you synchronize your iPad or iPhone with a computer, you can actually give those flags specific names. But on the iPad, unfortunately, you can't rename them. You can just choose the specific colors. By planning ahead, you can make all red flags critical messages, and the yellow flags could be things you need to ask your wife, and the blue flags could be travel, and the green flags could be bills. Whatever you want to create, you've got 7 different colors that you can use for these flags. When you're in the flags section, you can see all of your flags right here. But if you go into your inbox, you can also see any flagged messages right in this area here. And don't forget, you can also turn on a filter to show only your flagged messages. So there's a lot of great tools that exist for flags. To flag an email, simply click on that email, and you can either swipe from the right side like this and click the flag button, but unfortunately that won't let you choose the color. If you want to choose a specific color, click the little reply button in the lower right-hand corner instead. That'll give you options under the flag section to pick any color you want. Let's make this one green, just like that. And now we've got this email flagged in green, making it easy for me to follow up with it in the future. I use flags all the time so that I can take things from my inbox and file them away without losing them. There's a ton of different categories you can use for flags, but for me, I use bills, urgent, events. Events is a great flag because if I've been invited to a party or a movie screening, I can find that email without searching or hunting for it. Flags are an unbelievably helpful tool for organizing your mail and making it easier to find what you're looking for without having to search for it again and again and again. So as you can see, there are a ton of amazing and powerful tools, features, and functions built right into the iPadOS Mail app. But there's a really important one I haven't talked about yet. Before I drop my MacWhisperer power tip and teach you exactly how to sign a document right from your iPad, if you got great value from this video and learned new things and had an aha moment, hit that thumbs up button. It makes it so much easier for other people to find this video. And if you've got a question, a comment, you want to know more about flags, drop it in the comments section. I love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, it's quicker and easier than managing your email. Click that subscribe button and that notify bell so you're always alerted whenever I drop new content. And now, let's brush all of this junk email out of our way and get right into the power tip. One of the biggest problems that can happen with email is when you get sent a message that you need to sign. Most people will take that message, they'll print out that email, they'll physically sign it with a pen, then they'll scan it back in or take a picture of it and send it off to the person. This is really unnecessary and convoluted. There's a much easier way to do that. Here I've got a W-9 that I need to sign. Let me show you how easy it can be. We're going to start by clicking on the attachment itself. When it first opens up, you may get an option to use what's called autofill. This can allow you to highlight the sections of the form and type the information right in. But that doesn't really help with the signature problem, because I can certainly put my information in, but down here, I need a signature. How am I going to do that without a pen and without a printer? Well, it's easy enough to do. Click on this markup tool in the upper right-hand corner here, and this will bring up your markup bar. The markup tool has all sorts of options like a highlighter, a pen, a pencil, a ruler, but if you click on the plus button on the far right side, it's also got the ability to add a signature. Let's go ahead and click this. One of the nice things about the signature section is that it synchronizes across your phone, computer, and iPad. So you can add your signature from any one of your devices and have it available right under that plus button. But if you haven't created a signature yet, no problem. Click where it says Add or Remove Signature, and it will open up this window. Click the plus button in the upper left-hand corner to create a new signature. From here, you can use your finger, or if you have an Apple Pencil, you can use your pencil to sign right on your iPad just like this. When you're done, click the Done button. That signature will now get added onto your document. You can move it anywhere you want. You can make it bigger or smaller and position it in the exact right place. Now, once you've signed it and filled out any additional information on the form, you're ready to send this back to the person who sent it to you. And it's easy to do by clicking the share button on the top bar here and looking for the icon of the person who sent it to you. Here you'll see Dylan and Julie with the little email icon. Simply tapping on that will open up a new email with my signed PDF as an attachment, and all I have to do is click the send button in the upper right hand corner and this project is done. Just like that. So easy, and you'll never need to print out an email or scan an email in order to sign it ever again. So that's what we've got for today's lesson, all about how to use mail on the iPad efficiently. I hope you learned a ton, but remember, there's always more to learn. Check out this video over here for even more amazing Apple tips and tricks to make everything you do on your Apple devices easier. I'm Dylan Stewart, the Mac Whisperer, and I'll see you in the comments.